Hello, my name is Nicholas Platteroni, and this is my video presentation for 604. So, my whole theme of my unit plan is Thanksgiving. So, I'm going to be discussing the first lesson in my interdisciplinary unit, which the focus question for this lesson, the big idea, is what is Thanksgiving? Their learning targets are as follows. Students will be able to state the purpose of Thanksgiving. Students will be able to name those involved in the first Thanksgiving. Students will be able to put parts of the story in chronological order. And students will be able to compare and contrast the first Thanksgiving with their own version of Thanksgiving today. The prior learning or prior thinking involved in this lesson is the students will be familiar with Thanksgiving but may not know its actual purpose. The presentation will clarify the purpose of Thanksgiving and allow students to make connections to the past while looking back on their previous experiences as well. The focus of the purpose statement of this lesson is as follows. The teacher will explain to the students the purpose and origins of Thanksgiving, emphasizing the similarities and differences between the past and the present. And this will be done by using a PowerPoint presentation. The procedures are as follows. The teacher will introduce the lesson of the day by presenting a thinking or do now question, which will be on the PowerPoint. The teacher will allow 5 minutes to answer the question and allow students to volunteer to discuss their answers. The teacher will then have a brief discussion about the question, and then we'll begin the presentation of the day. At the conclusion of the presentation, the teacher will answer any questions that the students might have, and then they will break into their groups and complete a Venn diagram activity. The Venn diagram basically has similarities, differences, and then what's the same. Comparing, of course, the past Thanksgiving of their experiences with the first ever Thanksgiving. At the conclusion of the period, the teacher will quickly hold a brief review and ask students to hand in their assignments and complete an exit survey. Exit surveys are important because it allows teachers to make changes, modify their lesson plans, and see what feedback the students give, because that's important. It's important for teachers to understand that students should have or make an impact on how they create their lessons, because it's important for the students to have fun as well as the teachers. The closure will be, I mentioned this, a brief review of the day's lesson. Students will be exposed to the new terms and definitions which help expand and maximize their prior knowledge of the subject area. Materials and resources, the PowerPoint presentation, the copies of PowerPoint, pencils, and the Venn diagram assignment. Also provided will be a rubric for participation and a rubric for the Venn diagram assignment. Classroom management. The teacher will wait for the students to be quiet and correctly sitting before presenting the do now question. During group discussion, the teacher will only call on volunteers raising their hands. The teacher will also constantly be informing the students of what is expected so that students will be successful. Assessment procedures. Before the lesson, as mentioned, there will be a thinking question. During the lesson, the teacher will monitor student progress and involvement through nonverbal and verbal cues, as well as through the completion of the in-class activity, the Venn diagram. Informally, the teacher will conduct an informal assessment of asking a do-now question and leading a guided discussion of the answers. The formal assessment, as mentioned previously, will be the Venn diagram assignment, comparing and contrasting the first Thanksgiving with Thanksgiving at their own home. It will be collected and graded at the conclusion of the lesson, and it will be based on the rubric that will be described and explained to them beforehand. As mentioned, the end of the lesson involves a quick review, and an exit survey. Thank you for listening to the video. This is, once again, the video presentation for 604, teaching social studies in the classroom. Thank you.